So proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad
Just
stripes
87 Yorkshire
and
Salt
bright
Super Chatted $2.36. This is pure elitist xenophobia. Disgust.
over the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets
It's red glare, the bombs bursting, toast is good, toast is good, toast is good, that our toast was still there. Toast, Gaz, thank you so much for the super chats, my dude, you're amazing, and for making fun of me at the same time. My kind of guy. And the home of the brave. It's Friday, people. We made it this week. You made it this week. I made it this week. We defeated all the odds and survived the end of the week. It's important to know that your life is worth it and you can enjoy the weekend as much as me. Where's the redcoats? They're dead, mate. They're all dead. That our flag was... Oh, there's a redcoat. He's a prisoner of war. He's a POW. Oh, there's one that changed forces. And there's the French finally showing up. Me too. Land of the free and the home of the brave. Play ball! Welcome to the revolution. How's everyone doing this freaking Friday? It's a Friday Let's Party. Gaz, you're cracking me up with the super chats, my dude. Thank you so much. It means so much to me doing so. And shout out to those watching on Rumble. Make sure to hit the Rumble if you're watching on Rumble. Make sure to smash the like button if you're watching on the YouTubes. It helps me out if you're enjoying the show. If you hate the show, also smash the thumbs up. It helps me out and it makes me look good on the inside. It makes me feel good on the outside. What does that all mean? Who knows? It's Friday and we're feeling good. I'm feeling good. I just brewed myself a nice cup of coffee. I don't need toast today because it's not a milk toast kind of day. Don't forget, don't you guys forget that today is Veterans Day. Shout out to all the veterans. I know we have veterans that are in this community, and I just want to say thank you so much for your service. But a little tribute, I saw this pulled up by the Marines, and I feel like we need to start to show off with a little support of our veteran community. Can I get an amen? Ha!
It is with honor, courage, and commitment that we stand in the face of adversity with unwavering resilience, poised to overcome the most
Salt super chatted $2.36. I'd give more, but my wife's husband won't let me.
I'm trying to have a serious moment. Thank you, Gaz. Freaking your wife's husband, dude? So sorry. Well, you know, we all have our leash somewhere. You know what I mean? I feel like that was incredible. Thank you.
Stand in the face of adversity with unwavering.
Happy Veterans Day. Thank you so much to all those served. Wilson, I know you did. Appreciate you, brother. I don't know who else is in the chat that is also a veteran, but I just want to say thank you. A special shout out to you for you doing what you did so I can make stupid videos. It means a lot to me, and stupid people can vote that don't deserve to vote and all that good stuff. We will fight the commies on the... We will fight on the beaches. We will fight in the land.
Old super chatted $2.36. We'll fight the commies on the beaches.
Thank you so much, Cass. You're cracking me up, dude. We took the old grandma from the multi-gram. Winning. Thank you so much for supporting me. Hey, man, the veteran community is near and dear to my heart. I'm the only one in my family that didn't fight in a war. So I have special respect, special love, and I know the true sacrifices that it took, and also the families around you that endured during those times too. I mean, it's all awesome and incredible, and it takes real courage and guts. Even if you didn't even think you were going to sign up to do that, you know.
William Cord super chatted $3.
Hey, thanks so much, Willie. Sticker. My hero. Banty, what's good? But shout out to the vets. You guys are the best. All right. As we go through I don't have much news today. It's freaking Friday. And freaking Fridays are a day to enjoy one another and enjoy the stream. And I got some video clips to come up. I got a few videos to react to from commentators. YouTube tells me, I guess, stuff that you guys watch, and so I'm trying to engage more in that content and create more with those type of people, and kind of react to that kind of stuff. So it might be true, it might not be true, but I have some funny videos lined up. At least I think are funny. The Young Turks are freaking out. Remember about yesterday, we were talking about how single women were the driving factor for a lot of reason why a lot of Democrats got elected, that the single women are the biggest base for Democrat voters out of every demographic. That's just insane. And also, this is also insane. So the Young Turks started freaking out about that information being put out, which is just fantastic. You love to see it. And then we have this. All right, this just got announced. Let me just click some stuff off. We have this before I get into some kind of sad news, but shout out to Gallagher behind me. Freaking Gallagher, classic comedian. But the Biden administration just announced the launch of a climate gender equity fund to help provide women climate leaders with technical skills, networks, and capital to develop and scale climate solutions. This is being funded by us and, you guessed it, Amazon. A climate gender equity fund. As Biden's going around saying how much money we're going to be giving more to other communities around the world in a time of recession, in a time after he just recently said, the Democrats aren't the big spenders. It's more the Republican thing. But let's just give a little special shout out to this man who passed away today. Send them into space, gas. Oh, I need to change, make sure my live chat is on. I apologize for not putting it on. I got to change it every single time. But how's everyone doing this Friday? Did anybody work their job just annoy them today? Like mine did too.
Super chatted $2.36.
Yes.
Send them into space.
That sounds like a parody. Everything's a parody in this administration, Catherine. If you ain't laughing, you're crying. Send him into space. I wish. But let's give a special shout out to the freaking Gallagher, man. The OG.
The handiest and the dandiest kitchen tool you've ever seen, and don't you want to know how it works?
I remember growing up watching this.
You get out an ordinary apple or two. You place the apple between, flatten the pan. Then what do you do, gang? It's simple. You reach for the tool. There is not a slicer. There is not a dicer. There is not a chopper and a hopper. What in the hell could it possibly be? It is sledge-o-matic.
That's so silly. Did anybody else grow up watching freaking Gallagher smash stuff? Wait, didn't he save like the watermelons for the end? Wait, what did he smash here?
No, it ain't the game, it's this controller! It's the controller! It's the last dab of toothpaste!
God. Which Gallagher aren't there like 7? Yeah, there's like 100. Oh, but he just passed away today. I think, what, he passed away at 66 years old or something, like 76 years old. The Gallagher passed away. No more Smashing Pumpkins. You know what it kind of makes me think of too is, did anybody ever see the Dave Chappelle skit where he would smash watermelon? I forgot. It's like the watermelon sledge-o-matic. I don't know if it's on YouTube. I was hoping it was gonna be on YouTube. Gallagher smashing. Oh yeah, here it is. Black Gallagher.
So fucking stupid.
Oh, this is Outtakes. Oh, God. Dude, R.I.P. Gallagher for real though.
That's what I'm talking about. Osama bin Laden. Why don't they call him Osama bin Laden? Hope you like my outfit. The queer guys came by and had an eye for me.
I could barely hear that. I'm sorry. I thought I could find it. Wait, I found it. All right. Gosh.
Black Gallagher doesn't go out like no punk bitch with a mallet. Black Gallagher, bitch. That's right.
Whatever. All right, so that all I could think about was freaking Gallagher. So sad, man. Also, if you want to call this show, you're welcome to call in and leave me a voice message. Let me know how you're feeling at the end of the week, because we've been through a lot of stuff at the end of the week, and it's been a crazy week. But let's get into this video as well. I saw this video being passed around, and it needs to stop. The TikTok dancing of old people, of just political people as well, it needs to stop immediately. But here's a video of a Cuomo brother breaking it down on TikTok. Because why not? When your ratings suck, you might as well start dancing.
I'm petty. Yeah, I'm petty. P-E to the T-T-Y.
Yellow bone, long hair star. Thick in the hips, come get in my car.
He's much more serious nowadays. He should be taken very seriously. Dance, monkey, dance. I know. It's so bad. Like, why do they feel like they need to do this? What is the point? What? These companies hire these Gen Z people to run their social media campaigns for them, and it's just so cringe. Oh, just act your age. What is so wrong with acting your age? It's better than the beta one. It is better than the beta one. It is better. Because Chris Cuomo can move them hips, boy. Chris Cuomo's sexy, right? Haven't you seen Chris Cuomo lift that fake 100-pound dumbbell over his head? Doing doing extensions over his head with like 100 pounds, which is like physically impossible, especially a guy that size. I'll never forget the day that Chris Cuomo walked out from the basement of his fake basement and hugged his family. Oh, that was one of the funniest things in the whole world. And he tried to pull it off like he had been quarantined the whole time. Let's see if I can... Beto looks pervy. Beto is pervy. He's like the definition of perv. Well, Beto's like, he's just... I mean, he's just a celebrity politician. That's all they are. I hope they finally die out, because the whole celebrity politician thing is so disingenuous and fake. I mean, do you remember seeing these videos of Cuomo in his basement, faking like he's been in his basement for weeks to hide from his family due to his illness? And then there was like reports of him taking trips out with his family, seeing his other house, and a guy caught him on a bike, and then he started threatening him. And then CNN did that fake video of him going up and seeing his family for the first time. He's a non-Hispanic that calls himself Beto instead of Richard. Of course, I know that's also one of the most pandering, cringiest thing about Beto is that he calls himself Beto. I mean, that'd be like me calling myself, like, I don't know. Like, what would I even call myself? Raekwon or something. And just call me Raekwon. You'd be like, you're whiter than white bread, bro. Like, no, dude, I'm freaking Raekwon, bro. I'm not kidding. But on the topic of our veterans, don't forget that it is Veterans Day, and we got a lot of veterans in this community. Kamala Harris decided it was her turn. Roberto O'Rourke. Kamala Harris decided it was her turn to speak up for our veteran community. And I hope the veteran community here in my chat feels loved by what Kamala Harris is about to say.
Vice President, I am proud to serve alongside one of the greatest.
What was that?
Greatest. Alongside one of the greatest.
The greatest. Nobody is more greatest than Joe Biden.
Greatest champions of our nation's warriors, our President Joe Biden.
No one clapped. That is like my favorite clip in the whole world. Tell me we don't live in an insane time period. I mean, now we bring you Veep thoughts. Exactly. The freaking, first of all, greatest. And then, the veteran community is just like, they're not your supporters. I know there's a lot of pretend, I used to be a Republican and I voted in Vietnam War, but I'm no longer. Where's Papa? I don't know. He's probably working like a chump. Hey, thank you so much, Wilson. I appreciate you. I like you more than Kamala, but even that's not saying much. You son of a gun.
W1L5 on Super Chatted $4.99. I like you more than Kamala, but even that's not saying much, lol.
Thank you. This administration does not like veterans. Bad job pretending. Well, because they know. I mean, wasn't there just something just recently, not too long ago, where we pulled out of an area we had been fighting a war in for a very long time, and the pullout, no pun intended, was one of the worst in the history of mankind, making people think of Vietnam War, but it had its own consequences. We left millions and millions of dollars of equipment. People died that didn't deserve to die.
Gazb87 Yorkshire Salt Super Chatted $2.36. W1L5 on is the man. God bless.
Yeah, he is. He's the man. But I just think it's hilarious that like you can't lie your way into being loved. People know if you're fraudulent or fake deep down inside. And I like that this administration still thinks there are people out there that love them, because when they get in front of the cameras and these things happen and you see the guy next to her just start clapping to try to lead the charge and bringing about the energy, and no one does it with him. Nobody. And that is a very lonely feeling. But they should know that feeling well, because the way they treated our veteran community is exactly the same. And I feel like we need to hear that again.
Vice President, I am proud to serve alongside one of the greatest champions of our nation's warriors, our President Joe Biden. President Biden and I believe that as a
God. Wilson, would you clap if you were in the audience? Talk to me. You guys are all awesome. Would you clap if you were in the audience? I think that is the first in the poll. I freaking love polls. Who doesn't love a good poll? Boo this man. Boo this man. If I could start a poll. All the bills are pushed for our veterans, just line their pockets, and everyone in the audience knows it. 100%. I try to work in the veteran community. Working in the veteran community for y'all's insurance, TRICARE, you have to go through so many hoops in order to make a difference in this community. It's ridiculous, because this is the problem with the government. Once the government starts creating things, they make everything worse. Like, if you are outside of the government sphere, outside of the government nipple, it's impossible to break through unless you're already part of it. And I'm sorry of what they've done to you guys as a community. I'm sorry for how you are treated as a community. The VA needs to do a better job allowing people like me to press into that area, because I know there are not that great of people doing what I do for a living in the VA clinic, and it breaks my freaking heart. So I am sorry. You should proclaim your love for polls out to you should. Okay, well, remember you kept looking at his. Oh my gosh. Joe Biden looking at his watch during the funeral. That was one of the most depressing things ever. I mean, that should tell you everything of what he thinks about you. I mean, shouldn't it? I know the press kept trying to pretend like he wasn't doing it. And they were just like, ooh.
And United States President Joe Biden has been facing criticism over his botched up troop withdrawal from Afghanistan. He has been facing
heat even better.
for playing a vital role in triggering a humanitarian.
Oh, dude, I went through 3 years of hoops where I started collecting my disability compensation. Exactly. And people think that they won government health care. It's insane. Talk to any veteran. Ask them how their experience has been. Yeah, it's probably not glowing. And if it is, they're in a very rare circumstance. They have threatened veterans with distinguishingly. They treat people and have gone through. Yes, the way that they treat our veterans is just insane. The fact that they're willing to make tents for illegal immigrants who cross the border illegally, ergo creating a crime as a way to start your way into this country. The way they treat them compared to the way they treat our veterans is disgusting. Take a knee for Floyd when we get off the tarmac. Exactly.
Crisis. He is under constant scrutiny. And now he's facing renewed criticism for checking time at an inappropriate hour. The Bidens were present at the Dover Air Force Base. They were attending a dignified ceremony of transfer of the fallen U.S. troops' bodies.
You know that feeling of knowing you're doing something stupid and you're getting caught?
They were attending a dignified ceremony of transfer of the fallen U.S. troops' bodies.
God. I mean, tell me you're not empathetic at all without telling me you're not empathetic at all. I mean, I don't really understand how many people think he's like this really down-to-earth, sweet human being, and he gets it. And the fact that he talks about his son all the time to create empathy towards him in the same circumstances is insane. You would think somebody that has that kind of experience with a son like that would have more honor when it comes to our veteran community, but no. I think our veterans healthcare has been good. Once you get it, they work harder than civilian hospitals and care more. I know too many people that work in our hospitals that are very, very good workers. So I would say I disagree with that. I think it just depends on what hospital you go to, and what hospital system you go to. If it's a good, if it's a good company, then you're gonna be treated well. I would have been escorted out there for yelling. I bet you would have, man. I would have been yelling too with you, like trying to secretly pick your nose. Yeah, I know. Okay, this is the weirdest clip from Biden today from his speech. Tell me if you hear this weird sound that sounds like Biden is about to be abducted by a freaking alien. I'm not kidding. Okay, tell me if you hear this weird noise.
We've taken enormous strides to achieve that. But I don't stand here alone.
He's like, did you, what? I don't, that is actually people promoting the movie of what's that stupid movie? Pandora? No, what is that movie? I forget the movie. God. It's Sirens? Is that what it is? It sounds like just some like Jungle Book. Yeah. Welcome to the jungle, baby.
We've taken enormous strides to achieve that. To achieve that.
It's a mating call, I think. I'm pretty sure that's a mating call. When Mars attacks, that's all I can think about too. Mars attacks. Also, are you guys paying attention to Donald Trump right now? What is he doing right now? He's going... I've seen this conspiracy theory when it comes to Donald Trump and DeSantis, where it's like Donald Trump knows that whatever Donald Trump's going to say, people are going to hate. So if he starts hating on DeSantis, then everyone will start loving DeSantis. Like, I'm just seeing like this weird conspiracy about Donald Trump. They wouldn't take Biden for tests. What are you thinking? Chocolate? Yeah, try not to, but everyone keeps talking about it. I don't. It's been the weirdest. Donald Trump, and now Donald Trump has been going after Youngkin. I don't like what are we doing right now? Donald Trump says that Youngkin's last name sounds like what does he say? Youngkin. Now that's an interesting kind of sound. Sounds like Chinese, doesn't it? In Virginia, couldn't have won without me. Trump said in a post on Truth Social. I endorsed him. Did a very big Trump rally for him telephonically. Got MAGA to vote for him, or he couldn't even come close to winning. Young Ken sounds like a Chinese dish. Trump is playing his role. Okay. It's weird to me. He's gone at Candace too. Really? What does he say to Candace? I'm gonna look that up. It's huge. Okay, I see this. Candace opens up a brief about Donald Trump. You only have me. Trump pushes back on Candace. People, what does he say? People aren't dying when they take the vaccine. Oh, the lines are being drawn. But young Ken, now that's an interesting take. They did an interview where she kind of grilled him. How did I not see? When did that come out? Trump. Hey, thanks so much for subscribing. Candace, interview. Did that just come out? How did I miss that? I thought like she interviewed him a long time ago. Was that for the dinner or something? But why do you guys think he's like going after Youngkin? Is he just trying to like relive, make people remember to love him? Like, I don't understand. What's the point? What do you guys think is the point of Donald Trump going after? He hasn't really said anything about DeSantis, but he started saying like DeSanctimonious, like he's going to start it up And then he starts making fun of Glenn Youngkin, which is pretty funny. I'm not gonna lie. Youngkin does sound pretty Chinese, let's be honest. That's funny. But like, why? Why is he doing that? It's always 4D chess though. You don't get it. It's because you don't understand what's going on. He is basically, he's a god. He is a god when it comes to this stuff, man. I just don't get it. Somebody get in the chat. Tell me why they think Biden is going after, Trump is going after DeSantis. Hard saying it's bringing out the establishment and seeing who's backing these people. I guess that's true. If Trump comes out, and I assume he's going to come out and say he's running again. Let's just be honest about that. I want him to be more anti-establishment and just stay in that zone instead of talking about, Hillary Clinton, the 2020 election. Like, you're not giving people a lot of what's coming in the future, and people want to be focused on that. Trump can be hilarious. Oh, I know. Glenn Youngkin sound like a Chinese dish. Why don't we send him back to Mexico? Boom. Trump is the Don Lemon. Are you guys paying attention to what's going on in Arizona right now too? Let's get an update on Arizona right now. As Orange Man bad. Yeah, well, that's kind of where we're at, isn't it? It's like whatever he does is bad. Even if it's funny, it's like, you shouldn't be saying this kind of stuff. I don't really care. It just doesn't seem like he just needs... I wish he would just like make fun of the Democrats. Because they're way funnier to make fun of. Does the Republican Party want to support Trump, or are they wanting to move on? I don't know, man. I'm starting to get the vibe that the Republican Party is all about DeSantis now. I don't see them going back to Trump. I think they're so worried about Trump and whatever tweets or whatever the stuff. You always hear these people talking about like his mean tweets. Like, they weren't that mean. They were funny. But like, they always try to make him out to be like this hardcore racist as opposed to just, a douchey CEO, arrogant businessman, like from New York. Like, what do you want from me? Forgot about it. Just want to run on achievements, how much better off America was. Well, that's what he could do. But I would also like to know, like, whoever's going to run in the Republican Party, you need to start talking about the future and how you're going to make everyone's life better, as opposed to like talking about 2020 or, lock her up and all this kind of stuff. You need to just tell us, make us feel good again, make us feel like we have hope again. And hope is something people can attach themselves to and make themselves feel good. Paul Ryan wants someone else, and he and the Bushes are really putting their weight behind DeSantis. I think everyone's putting their weight behind DeSantis, it seems like, except for people in MAGA community. I don't see any prominent podcasters talking about Trump seriously. I just see them telling him to go away. I'm not saying that I think he should do it. I'm just saying that's what I think. That's what I see them doing. Because they want to move on from Trump. Maybe they're asking him to keep playing the bad guy, making DeSantis look like a saint. I don't know. See, yeah, I know. That's like the 4D chess thing of like, if Trump keeps making fun of DeSantis or goes after DeSantis, that will mean the media, because the media hates Trump so much that they will then start to take the side of DeSantis, and then therefore making DeSantis look like a good person. And then Trump could be the Speaker of the House. I don't know. Here's an update on Hobbs and Kari Lake as we speak right now. Under 20,000 votes. Are we going to know the answer to the... Why are these votes taking forever? It's hard for me not to put a tinfoil hat on at this point. It just makes no sense. I've seen other commentators talk about how it's just they're not very capable human beings. They're not the brightest and smartest. They're working on it. Maybe. But also maybe it's just interesting and weird and fishy, isn't it? Right, Karina. Speaker Trump would melt Twitter servers. I know. I would love Trump to be a Speaker of the House more than anything in the world. It'd be so funny. The funeral reaction was epic for Bush seniors. Oh, yeah. to take the win out of the sails. It's yeah, maybe that's too. Who knows? I don't know like what to think. As much as I don't know what to think about this election, or I'm just not allowed to say what I think on this platform because we live in a Chinese communist system. And you're not allowed to actually voice your opinion because if you do, that's no speak, and that's not okay. But let's get an update. This just got posted like two minutes ago about Kari Lake.
And Hunt has the latest in Nevada.
And senior correspondent Alicia Acuna starts us off. She's live in Phoenix. And when are we getting the next batch of numbers from Maricopa County, Alicia?
Hi, good afternoon, John. We're expecting the next batch this evening at 8 p.m. local, 10 o'clock Eastern. And we're also getting throughout the day little batches from the other counties around the state. So let's take a look once again at those most recent numbers in the Senate. Incumbent Senator Democrat Mark Kelly expanded his lead over Republican Blake Masters by more than 115,000 votes. The governor's race is much tighter. Democrat Katie Hobbs ahead of Republican Kari Lake by more than 26,000. Across the state, 518,000 votes have not been counted, a bulk of that in Maricopa County, which has 353,000. Arizona law allows voters to drop off ballots until 7 p.m. on Election Day. This year, Maricopa had a 70% increase in those from 2020, which has bogged down the system that also requires signature verification to guard against fraud. The Lake campaign has been highly critical, her attorney tweeting, quote, "The biggest problems right now in Arizona are Maricopa and Pima counties. It looks like these counties are slow walking results, hoping to outlast our legal and other observers. Ain't gonna happen." The recorder in the second largest county here pushing back, quote, "Why taking so long? 44K people dropped off ballots on Election Day in Pima County. Linked to our turnovers, I literally have receipts."
If their team would have been paying attention before this election, they would have heard us talk about this over and over again, that we were not going to have results on election night or even the next day. It is offensive for Kari Lake to say that these people behind me are slow rolling this when they're working 14 to 18 hours.
And John, Gates said they're getting a lot of comparisons to other states, especially the state of Florida, which wrapped things up pretty quickly. Their laws are different than Arizona laws. In Florida, early ballots have to stop being dropped off on Sunday. Here, it was 7 p.m. again on Tuesday. And he pointed out, along with other elections officials, that if you want it to speed up, you got to change the law. John?
All right, Alicia Acuna for us.
That's
It's
true.
interesting to see that back and forth between Gates and Kari Lake as well.
That's the biggest problem. It's the laws, but they don't want to change the laws. The laws are so good in Florida that's why they got done so quickly. And that's what people aren't focusing on. It's these laws that are just insane. They're insane. And they're like, how can you call yourself a serious place if you're still doing this? When like Florida or like other major countries can do, like Brazil was within like that day. It's like, okay. 51-49 Republican. I hope so, man. I'm starting to lose faith in the Senate switching to Republican, and I'm only thinking about the House, which sucks, but I don't know. I don't know what to think about Walker as a candidate or the runoff, and Blake Masters as well. Like I don't know. Boebert is still up 1K in Colorado. I know. I've been watching that very closely because I think if Boebert wins, because the leftists feel like that's such a slam dunk issue and that's such a slam dunk on a particular politician, that they feel like if Boebert loses, and they have like talking points to talk about for years on end about how Trump MAGA candidates are terrible, even though Majority Taylor Greene won, JD Vance won, and so on. But like, they see like Boebert is the same as Majority Taylor Greene, so it's like another one off the tree in their eyes. And so I hope that she wins, so they shut up about it, and then they get nervous about the future is what to come, because Fauci needs to get subpoenaed. And maybe we get down to the bottom of the business dealings for the Biden administration. I can only hope that counting in Arizona. Did you see that the Arizona, there's like the live stream for the ballots being counted was like cut off in the middle of the night, and which obviously sparks everyone's if you're a conspiracy theorist, it brings up your attention immediately. But I don't know. Part of me just feel like it's just a bunch of old people that have no idea how to do anything with electronics at all. I mean, these are the people counting, you know? Always remember that. Pathetic, I know. We never got our election laws fixed in other well, we're still under, emergency orders for the Biden administration for like COVID and stuff like that. I wish everyone would quit asking why it's taking so long and ask something else. Yeah. Are you guys under the assumption, like, I don't think the election should be federally, we shouldn't have federal elections, because I don't like that kind of stuff, because I don't like when the federal government gets involved. But I know there's a lot of people that do. So let me know if you feel like the federal government should just be involved in our election process completely, so it would make it smoother or whatever, or just be upfront. But I would think they would make it worse. Maybe that's my opinion. And it would be much easier for shenanigans and stuff. She has to have a margin of 5 points for a recount. Fauci, Paul Will, it's the science. Fauci is so nervous about Rand Paul taking over. How about those snipers on the roof of the ballot dome? I don't know. There's so much to talk about. Okay, we'll continue as they talk about. I think they're going to talk about Nevada next. Less government is usually my vote. Same with me. Especially federal government. I trust the local government more than I do federal government, for obvious reasons.
Because they are both Republicans, after all. Jillian?
Right. Well, Nevada's Senate race also in a knife's edge this hour. Republican Adam Laxalt's lead over incumbent Democrat Catherine Cortez Masto is less than 1%. Chief correspondent Jonathan Hunt in Las Vegas this hour. Jonathan, how much longer are we all going to have to wait for this?
Well, the county registrar here in Clark County, which, remember, is home to 75%.
Derek, what's your favorite conspiracy theory? I think I still like the Earth is flat one. I like the Earth is flat, and I also like JFK is going to come back. And I don't know. I know. I'll have to think about that one.
Of the population.
They have all come true except for the new ones. Yeah, there you go. What is everyone's favorite conspiracy theory? Spam the chat. Let me know your favorite conspiracy theory.
Of Nevada believes that counting will be done largely by the end of tomorrow. That would be 4 days after the election. That would be the same time frame for the declaration of President Biden as the winner of Nevada back in 2020. So the counting is continuing. The only way it goes beyond Saturday is if it is a really close race and they need to bring in the provisional ballots and so-called cured ballots to be added to the tally. So I think we'll have a very good idea by tomorrow night who has run this race, if not an actual declaration. But we shall see. The registrar, meantime, says it's really just a case of crossing all the T's, dotting all the I's, and getting it right. Listen here.
But I can tell you with a great deal of confidence that everything that we're doing here in Clark County is moving those ballots through as quickly as we can. But I have to caution you in saying we don't want to move too fast. We want to make sure that we're being accurate in validating the signatures and the identity of these folks.
Now, the difference right now in this race is just about 9,000 votes. The Republican challenger,
so
Adam Laxalt, ahead of Democrat incumbent Senator Catherine Cortez Masto.
9,000.
You might remember was a leading voice in alleging fraud in the 2020 election on behalf of President Trump. This time he says his people have been on the lookout. Listen here.
In Clark County, we did so much to make sure this was a secure election. We have lawyers everywhere. We had election observers.
Now, that may be significant, Gillian, in that Adam Laxalt, as I say, a leading voice in alleging fraud back in 2020, is saying his team had observers everywhere, had lawyers everywhere. He clearly had the opportunity to say there were problems again this time round. He did not. That could be very significant. Gillian?
I don't care what John says, Jonathan. He deserves some popcorn. You do too. Thanks so much for your great reporting.
Popcorn? How about a beer?
You bet, John.
Get the extra large bottomless bucket to wait this one out.
You know what I'm talking about. Get that extra large bottomless bucket. All right, favorite conspiracy theories. Nuclear weapons. That's not a conspiracy. JFK Jr. and Nikola Tesla are lovers. What? Wait, JFK Jr. and Nikola Tesla are lovers? Wait, HHRP, the high frequency active auroral research program that was initiated as an ionospheric research. Okay, chemtrails. Sometimes I look up at those chemtrails and I'm just like, what are those, bro? What are those, man? I wonder if you can get high off those, man. What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and fact? 6 months? Yeah, seems like it. Unless it's JFK Jr. and Tesla are lovers. Wait, is that an actual conspiracy, or are you just messing with me? I feel like that. At this point, I'll believe almost anything. I made it up. Okay, I just looked it up. I looked it up just to make sure. You never know. I mean, look at this bad boy. He looks like he would be all about, all about some JFK. And Walt Disney was an amazing person. Yeah, Walt Disney was an absolute racist. It's just the planes rolling call. Okay, yeah, exactly. 5G causes cancer is probably true. I wonder about all that stuff. I know they do like actual tests about like Wi-Fi and your Wi-Fi routers being close to you in your bedroom, and how they don't recommend putting your Wi-Fi router in your bedroom because it's too much radiation close to you. And then we have all these cell phones that we put in our pockets and stuff. We're still waiting to hear about JFK. I just said JFK. Wait, what? JFK and Tesla making sweet love? Is that what you're talking about? I'm confused. I don't even... Okay. Oh, yeah. This clip is also being passed around.
Yeah,
I thought... who cares about that? I don't know why you care about that. If you want to call in, you could always call in. C19 was a snake venom protein that was put in the tap water. Is a good one. Ooh, that is... I don't know that one.
87 Yorkshire Salt super chatted $2.36. I'd love to find out what Tesla knew.
Oh my God, me too. Thanks so much for the super chat, brother. I appreciate that. I would like to find that out too. Tesla is an interesting character. And his whole electricity stuff. I mean, I would like to know what happened with all him. The shooter was a storm. How about Las Vegas shooting? Speaking of shooters, I don't know if that's a conspiracy theory though. That's just insane. Like, what is going on? Okay. I want to see. So I have this other video queued up of the Young Turks freaking out about everyone talking about how single women are Democrat voters. We'd be dead if we know what Tesla do. Now that is the conspiracy I'm here for. If you actually knew, people would like search you out and they would come get you. Hey, I'll come on and get you. Time to be triggered, though. I'm ready to be triggered. Who's ready to be triggered? I'm ready. Let's be triggered together.
Single women are breaking for Democrats.
Randall Carlson talked a little bit about Tesla and Rogan the other day. I like Randall Carlson. He's that guy. He's the guy that has like white hair, right? I still love to know, Wilson, wouldn't you? I would love to know too. Yeah, this guy and his like conspiracy theory stuff is so great. Yeah, this guy's incredible. I like this guy almost as much as this guy. So one's a showman, and that's the bottom line. But here's the most sacred geometry, exactly.
By 30, single women are breaking for Democrats by 30 points. And this makes sense when you think about how Democrat policies are designed to keep women single.
Conservatives are looking for a scapegoat following the poor performance of Republican candidates in a midterm election where they should have had a so-called red wave. Now, that was Jesse Waters starting his argument about single women and who they tend to vote for. Why don't we hear a little more from him, and then we'll discuss.
Again, before we get into this video, it's a fact that single women disproportionately vote for Democrat leaders over Republican leaders. It is a fact. So before they start to lose their minds, which of course facts don't have feelings. I love when people like will take a fact and then over emotionally argue about it. You're just like, what are you arguing about? It's just a fact. It's okay. Just relax. I get that you're trying to make a whole story and narrative about how Republican men hate women. Republican men actually hate women, and they hate that women have control of their own bodies.
But once women get married, they vote Republican. Married women, married men go for Republicans by double digits. But single women and voters under 40 have been captured by Democrats. They're also teaching our children in schools. So you have hardcore Democrat females in school with your kids for 8 hours a day. We've seen the videos. We've showed you what they teach in those classrooms too. So there's a brainwashing pipeline that runs through women and children, and it's starting to show up on Election Day. So we need these ladies.
If there was a red wave, there would have been mass riots. You would think so.
Gazb87 Yorkshire Salt Super Chatted $2.36.
Guys,
this community is great.
Hey man, I appreciate you.
The best.
You guys are the best, man. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, Gaz.
To get married. And it's time to fall in love and just settle down. Guys, go put a ring on it.
Gee, I wonder what it is about, single women who tend to be younger, not wanting to vote for Republicans who just celebrated the reversal of their reproductive rights.
Yes, here we go.
Who fight to ensure that women don't have control over their own bodies. I wonder what it is, Cenk. I wonder what it is. Maybe they should get advice from Jesse Waters, who admitted that he let the air out of the tires of one of his producers whom he wanted to date to basically have her stranded so he can talk to her.
Is that true? Wait a minute. Is that true? Jesse Waters let the air out of someone's car to date someone? I mean, that's so romantic if you think about it. That can't be true. That's pure romance. That's the definition of romance. Wait. Okay, it's on. We got Daily Mail. You never know. Let's say, wait. Why? Wait a minute. I freaking. Why you couldn't use dinner exactly? It's pure romance. Knowing leftists. Fox News host Jesse Waters, 43, makes bizarre on-air admission that he deflated a 25-year-old college... 43 to 25? Good for you, man. God. This is what we call an upgrade. Oh, my God. That he deflated a 25-year-old colleague's tire so he could drive her home despite being married at the time. Yikes. It says that the woman later became his wife. See, I told you this was an upgrade. This was an upgrade wife. Oh my God. It was probably his car, probably. Jesse Waters to rescue and change the tire. Exactly. Jesse Waters revealed on air. Waters was 39 at the time, already married when he took the air out of Fox News. Wait, this was on the 5? Please tell me there's a clip on here. Oh my God. Oh no. Creepy predators like this are why my dad taught teenage me to change a tire before he let me have the keys. What the F? Oh, Ukraine in the amen. He had to let the air out of the tires because she didn't want to have a drink he could slip something into. This is actually, yes, this is my favorite. This is actually a crime. So law and order is for who exactly? Obviously not women. Women don't have law and order. This is creepy. He looked like a dude from How I Met Your Mother who did pull creepy manipulated acts like this. Oh my God. There's no video. I'm gonna find this video. If that's real, I'm gonna find this video. What? I mean, I don't care. I don't see it. Unless this is it. March 22? No, this is... No, I don't see it. Whatever. No one clipped it up. No one thought it was good enough to clip up. All right, we'll go back to the... I think that's the next question I want to know from you guys. What? Oh yeah, I gotta end this poll. Law and order is for dentist office waiting rooms. Exactly. You don't want to know, Papa. Oh, Papa, what's up, man? We just found out Jesse Waters let the air out of a girl's tire while he was married to another woman to start dating her, and his new wife. I knew it was an upgrade wife. I could feel it. Wait. Oh my gosh. I saw Master Splinters in the cloud today. It was glorious. He was with us more than ever in the dark. Dude, Master Splinter is bae. Jesse Waters to the rescue. It was probably his car, probably. His college days. No, apparently it was when he was 34. Couldn't change a tire for his life. I've been torching you guys with stuff. But also don't forget about this clip, though.
Yeah, I'm petty. B-E to the T-T-Y.
I'm looking for a yellow bone, long hair star. Thick in the hips, come get in my...
We need more of that, not less. All right, we'll go back to this. Where's the watermelons? Where's watermelon smashing? It already happened. We already watched it. Then we watched Dave Chappelle shooting a watermelon. May Gallagher rest in peace. Okay. And we also found out Jesse Waters let the air out of somebody's car. Tired of dating.
I wonder what it is. Maybe they should get advice from Jesse Waters, who admitted that he let the air out of the tires of one of his producers whom he wanted to date, to basically have her stranded so he can talk to her. I mean, I'm sure.
I love that they were taking a point that's an obvious truth of that single women vote Democrats, and then they're, instead of actually discussing his points, go immediately to attacking him and talking about his personal life. Why should I take advice, or why should I listen to facts that are presented in an obvious way if he let out the tire of another woman? So you should take away all the things he said before. Gallagher kicked the bucket. Yeah, he did, man. He kicked the bucket, and may he rest in peace. It is it is for sure creepy. It's a little weird, but you know, what single guy isn't like every single guy? We all have the capacity to be creeps. We're freaking animals. That's what distinguishes us and makes us different than women, is that we are crazy. Who let the air out? Apparently, Jesse Waters let the air out of another woman's car, and we pulled it up, right? Where is it? I just had it. We pulled it up because I wanted to confirm it, because I don't want to just take, obviously, this newscast. So Fox News, Jesse Waters, 43, makes bizarre on-air admission that he deflated a 25-year-old college colleague's tires that so he could drive her home despite being married at the time, and says that the woman later became his wife, and there she is. Am I crazy? I butter my toast on the opposite side. Yes, you are nuts. And I'm going to check you into a psychiatric hospital immediately. All right, we'll continue down. So we're watching a video on Young Turks talking about, because they're very triggered by the fact that everyone in, we did last night, we talked about how single women disproportionately vote for Democratic politicians, and they're very mad about that.
Sure, he would know exactly what to say to women to persuade them to vote for Republicans. I'm sure.
That small little clip had so many amazing parts to it.
Yeah.
So first of all, he doesn't think, how can we appeal to young women?
Sad he left his wife. I don't personally consider that adultery art. Of course it is. Yeah, it's 100% adultery. I mean, it doesn't go into, I mean, like, if you think, like, just because you're on Fox News doesn't make you, you know, a morally righteous human being. like I don't know. I'm crazier than Martin Riggs at a South African hot brunch. Oh my God, yeah.
Women, single women, and get their votes, earn their votes, right? He thinks, no, I'm commanding you to get married. Gee, I wonder why they don't find you to be popular, Jesse. Okay, he doesn't empathize with them 1%.
Did they get divorced before he slept with a new woman? Well, I mean, I don't know for sure. I don't think that information has come out, but if you're willing to deflate another woman's tire to give her a ride home, something tells me you probably did sleep with her. I'm not saying that's for sure. It's just, if you're going to that extent, you're willing to make a move. Let's just say that. And the fact that she was 25 years old and he was 43 or 34 at the time. Was he 34? 39 at the time. I don't know. It's hard. Host explained that now he's ended up married to the woman. A Lyft experience is saying a happy ending because the pair ended up marrying. Social media users were unimpressed with the creepy stunt. Like this woman. Actually, this is a crime, so law and order is for who exactly? But would you do that? I think that's like the real question. Jesse may have cut a tire, but Hillary barked like a dog. That's why Epstein killed ate himself. I know, let you. YouTube was censoring that. I'm assuming there was an easier way to meet a woman. I'm just asking for a friend. I don't think so. The only way to meet a woman is to deflate their tires. You must, to find a woman, you must deflate. You must deflate their tire first. It's like a mark of telling them that you love them and you're willing to do whatever it takes to be with them. I love you so much that I would take your car down. Personally, I will take your battery out. I would deflate your tires, and I will ruin your suspension so you can't drive. Because I'm all about love. I'm all about love. Everybody loves a happy ending. I know. Just ask Deshaun Watson or Robert Kraft. They love that. Thanks for the dating advice, Derek. You're welcome, dude. Yeah, that's a Derek O'Shea promise. But I think Cenk wants to get his ideas out, and I think Cenk has some good things to say. He's going to be very angry. And it's important to know that he's very serious.
Gee, I wonder why they don't find you to be popular, Jesse.
Or Ray Rice. Oh my God.
Empathize with them.
Oh my God. No. Oh my God. Yeah, Ray Rice is not good dating advice. Especially at a massage parlor. Exactly.
1%. He doesn't say, look, I know that the economic situation is tough, but we have the better policies, etc. No, he says, no, I know if you're single, you suck, okay? So why don't you just get married already? And when you get married, you'll know that you have to vote for us.
So
boy, that's so convincing.
Do they get married to men like Jesse Waters, who then cheats on his wife with the producer who he stranded after letting the air out of the tires? Is that the kind of marriage that he's hoping for?
What does he care? He doesn't care as long as they vote Republican.
Yeah, he's trash.
Which leads to the second point, which is now Fox News is literally asking you to change your entire life so they could have a bigger political advantage. You need to get married, whether you're a guy who has to put a ring on it or you're one of those annoying single women who has to be taught by her husband to vote Republican. Okay, you need to change your entire life because Jesse Waters isn't getting enough of a tax cut. So because Fox News wants a political advantage, you have to do all this. Second of all, it has a birth of a nation vibe to it with, young women have been captured by Democrats.
Again, I'm wondering, is that all they got? Of course, Willie, this is the left. When they talk about outrage culture, they specifically talk about them because they're making this tiny thing into the Mount Everest of a situation because they feel like they need to defend women. Jesse Waters looks like Ross from Friends. Yes, 100%. She cheated on her nose, though. Wise men talk about ideas. Intellectual men talk about facts. And the common man talk about people. Cenk is the latter. Oh, my God. I love that. Wise men talk about ideas. Intellectual men talk about facts. And the common man talk about people. I try to hit all three. Just call me a Renaissance man. I'm special. I'm different. I'm just kidding. I don't know where you would put me in that. Probably also the latter. Same tired racist rapist narrative. Oh, 100%. 100%. Well, they know it works. I mean, it works for their base. I mean, we had a chatter on last night talking about election denial. And that's the reason why Katie Hobbs shouldn't debate Carrie Lake. Because she's election denial. It's just, they just repeat stuff over and over again to the point where they believe it and it becomes like a pillar of their faith where they'll just say it so many times that they just begin to believe it. And they think it's like a slam dunk point every single time. Yeah, why would you debate an election denier? I mean, these people are nuts. Danny DeVito.
If you remember, Birth of a Nation was this horribly racist movie. It was a landmark movie where they would have a white guy dress up in blackface and he would go and capture white women. Okay, yeah. So it's loathsome in every way. And notice how he attacked them by saying they're brainwashing your kids. He's trying to turn all other Americans against single women.
Yeah, no, but this is what they do, right? And then you have this Jack Posobiec guy who was on Charlie Kirk's show during the midterm elections. Let's watch that.
Gross.
You saw how unmarried women went for the left in droves, something like 37 points.
Wait, they call him Jack Posobiec? Wait, is that how you say his name? I thought it was like Posobiec or something. Jack Posobiec. Renaissance man Danny DeVito. Yeah.
Let's watch that.
You saw how unmarried women went for the left in droves, something like 37 points. The 68% win, okay? The left literally wants to turn everyone into an unmarried woman. Literally. Literally. And you know what I mean by that. That's what they want to do because that's how they win. So that shame, that regret, that bitterness, that anger that's just kind of there, the super pro-abortion vote, that's what they want to maximize throughout the country. I'm not saying all unmarried women like that, by the way. I'm going to get a lot of hate for this.
We got a lot of hate earlier when I said that.
Okay, good. So was that
Posobiec? Okay.
Anyway, Cenk, take over. Go ahead.
Yeah, so he just described a single woman as people filled with shame, anger, and bitterness. And then he can't figure out why they don't vote for his side. I mean, that's how dumb these guys are. I mean, they're not just horrible people, they're also very unintelligent. Is that the best way to get their votes, you think, you idiot? Okay, and then if you notice, Jesse Waters also said, voters under 40, we lost them. What did I tell you guys? I told you we own the future, and it's making them panic to the point that they're going towards fascism because they know they can't win in a democracy because voters under 40 are all progressive.
No, that's exactly right, which is why, look, they don't believe in persuading voters to join them. They don't believe that they need to have a plan or policy proposals that are appealing to voters. They
Jake has YouTube money. Oh, 100%. I know. That's why I feel like I have to watch the show, because this is like, this show is a perfect example of why government subsidies don't work. Just because you subsidize something doesn't make it better. And so this is like, this show is so heavily subsidized that it has to be subsidized in order for it to make it viable. Because there's no way these people are doing it out of the kindness of their heart. It's not like me. They don't get up, they don't go to work, get off work and get excited to do the Derek O'Shea show and be like, yeah, because I care about what I'm talking about and I enjoy having fun. These people are just pay me enough money to produce outrage culture and for it to be crazy. But here's the thing, is that so many people take everything that they say very seriously, and that's why I like to critique it and know what they say. Because if I don't already know what they're going to say, then how am I going to have a debate with somebody else or a conversation with somebody else and it makes it easier when you have a conversation with people that only know talking points, because before they say it, you already know what they're going to say, and then you know what you're going to say in response, because they think what they're saying is this profound idea, like the chatter I had yesterday calling Carrie Lake an election denier, and that's why they don't. That's why she shouldn't debate her. I already knew he would say something that stupid, and so because of that, because we engage in leftist talk and what's going on, and not just it's not just me telling you what to think. It's not one of those podcasts. It's important for us to know what they're going to say before they say it. And so when you have a neighbor or a coworker or a friend that says something absolutely ridiculous, which happens to me all the freaking time, I'm ready for it. Because I'm like, I know what you've been watching. Because we've been watching that. I agree with them a little bit, because the young people are brainwashed by public school. Yeah, 100%. But money will disappear. Yes. Election denier doesn't mean anything. There's a problem with election denier stuff too, is this. We don't live in communist China. They're trying to make election denier, climate denier, science denier. They're trying to make these things because it's a way for them to control the speech. It's a way for them to shut you down. And because we don't live in China and we allow freedom of speech, there's no such thing as a denier. It's okay to just question things around you. That's what makes us America, and that's why we're such a great society. So anytime you hear the word denier, shut that freaking crap down, because that's their way of trying to impose their ideology onto you. That is more fascistic than what they claim that you are. Or hate speech, 100%. 100%. To question anything doesn't mean you're denying it. Thank you, Wilson. Exactly. Just because I have questions doesn't mean I'm saying everything about this fact or this statement is untrue. I'm just saying I have questions. And if you don't allow me to question it, it makes me question how serious this truth is. If you can't, the real truths in the world are happy for you to question it, because then it becomes stronger, and then the people that believe it become stronger as well. It's like, if you believe something and you believe it to be true, you want people to question you. Because you're like, hey, no, this is true. I'm not afraid. This is true, and I wholeheartedly believe it's true. Ask me anything. I don't care. It's like we landed on the moon first. You know what I'm saying? Question away. To question. Okay, ladies and gents, I'm off. Hey, Gaz, you have a great weekend, man. Appreciate you, brother. You have a fantastic weekend. Not denying that 9/11 didn't happen, but questioning it was done. You're allowed to question anything, except that you're not on these platforms, which is sad. It's sad. You would think things would become stronger, but they're worried that if you start questioning stuff, you're going to build some kind of psychotic community that is, I don't know, starts believing in things that are just insane. Well, easy there, buddy. Moon landing was a hoax. Oh, Anna.
They want to force voters to live in their fantasy world and basically do away with whatever rights they have, whether it be voting rights, in the case of women, their bodily autonomy. They want to make people bend to their will. And if that means dismantling our democratic process, of course they're willing to do it. That's what they do.
Didn't that Posabayek, Posabitch, whatever that guy's name is, didn't he cheat on his wife too?
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that in the bonus episode. We're running out of time now, unfortunately, because of course we are. That's all we do here at TY.
Posabitch. Oh my God. Oh my God. Wait. Jack Posobiec cheated on his wife too? Wait, this is like a running theme right now. What is going on? I'm sure they did too. I don't care. Maybe they probably didn't, but I don't know. Jack Posobiec. I mean, come on.
His name is, didn't he cheat on his wife too?
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that autonomy. They want to, if that means dismantling our democratic process, of course they're willing to do it. That's what they do.
Didn't that Posabayek, Posabitch, whatever that guy's name is?
This is a serious show that's subsidized by major corporations. God, I freaking hate it so much. It's so stupid.
Didn't he cheat on his wife too?
Oh, yeah. We'll talk about that in the bonus episode. We're running out of time now, unfortunately, because of course we are. That's all we do here at TYT, run out of time. But we'll talk about it in the bonus for our members.
TYT.
Why? Because maybe you talk right out of your butt? Gosh, you know, Cenk feels so proud of that one. Yeah, oh, you know he does. He's like, he's been thinking about that for like months. He's like, how do I get Posabitch? How am I gonna? I will fit that. I'll find a way. Oh, perfect.
.com/join to become a member, or hit the join button below on YouTube. Apparently, we're gonna have a hell of a time. So come join us. We'll see you there.
I just have a real issue with guys like him having any commentary about women and how they need to get married or anything like that, because these guys are trash. And I'm not just saying that because of their political beliefs. There are plenty of conservative guys who I don't think are trash, even though I disagree with them politically.
Anna, stop talking about me. God. My mom and I could pull off better performances as good as theirs. I believe you could. And Cenk will be on his knees later in the YouTube offices. Hey, you got to make your money somehow, man.
But this guy is trash based on how he has treated his own wife. So let's get
slam dunk.
So in 2018, a woman by the name of Lindsay
It would probably be a better
Redford
show.
came across Posabiec's profile
on
an
I did not know this about this guy.
online dating site. And this is when he was already married. So let's take a look at that. Oh, yeah, that's definitely him. It's definitely him. Doubt he's 6'2". Nonetheless, Ledford also DM'd with Bumble regarding Posabiec and his history of pushing conspiracy theories and inciting sexual violence against women. Bumble later removed the profile and tweeted at Ledford, thanking her for bringing his account to their attention. She's 100% right that he incited violence, by the way. Less than a week after the 2016 presidential election, a Trump supporter tweeted 2 photos of an
Gasp, Jack was on Bumble. I guess. I mean, look, did you see those shots? I mean, what else does it say? Polish Scandinavian 6'2", Chinese letters. Aspiring writer, constant reader. ENFJ. Oh my God, that's the same as me. We're the same. We're basically the same. Thanks, Jack. 33 years old, agent, Temple University. Wait, this is why he was married? I'm just looking for someone who will make fun of movies with me. I just want somebody to make fun of movies with me. Hey, whatever. I mean, whatever gets, you know, whatever. I support you, you know. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, single men, we are dorks. We are freaking animals and dorks. Like, what the frick? Never let go, Jack. Never let go. The redheaded libertarian was talking about people setting up fake accounts on these sites. It could be a fake account, probably. I mean, always with these programs, always take them with a grain of salt. That's why when she immediately started talking about Jesse Waters deflating the tire, I was like, what? I've never heard that. And that's why we looked it up immediately, because I thought that was ridiculous. But I mean, Jack Posobiec cheating on his wife, is that real? Let me see if I can find it. Let's see if I don't like, why would there be an article anyways? It's probably like some one person like came out and they're like creating the entire narrative. White supremacist Jack Posobiec caught cheating on his wife on Bumble. It's a YouTube video. The Inquisitor. I mean, I don't see why would there be anything though. The Jack Posobiec is taking a lot of heat online. When did this come out? 2018. But not from his wife. The Trump supporting writer, one of his most prominent figures of the alt-right movement, was allegedly caught cheating on his wife. Allegedly. Okay. Don't you love that word? You can just say that about anything. I've heard that Papa Burlap allegedly made out with his mom once. I'm just saying. Allegedly. Like, these are just things. This is stuff I've heard. This is stuff off the internet. It's fake. It probably is fake, and that's what the whole show's about. And also, I don't care. You know, it's your personal life. I just care about what we're talking about. But this is what they do. Instead of actually, you know, critiquing what they say, they're just going to attack his character first. It's debate 101. Isn't that a tabloid magazine, The Inquisitor? I think so. I don't really know too much about. Shania Twain claims her dinner with Oprah Winfrey went sour over sensitive topic. Did anyone... I mean, these all look stupid. What's the sensitive topic? Oh my God, I want to know everything. All right, let's keep watching. You can't prove that, Derek. No one is weird. Nothing is weird as that sounds. I'm sorry. You're right, I can't. But I allegedly.
His history of pushing conspiracy theory. Unsurprisingly, the images went viral.
Shania Twain has a wooden leg, allegedly.
But hold on. The Rape Melania sign was not the work of an anti-Trump protester at all. Instead, this is what this guy does all the time, according to sources, it was the brainchild of a group of Trump supporters led by Jack Posobiec, one of the organizers of the controversial...
BuzzFeed News said it, so you know you can trust it. What's the difference between a tabloid news and mainstream media? Been hard to tell for a while. 6 months. I'm just kidding, I don't know.
Deplorable inauguration party and a prominent figure...
Wait. Was that the magazine that was in the aisle at the grocery store with the lady, the alien babies? Dude, I love... What magazine is that? It might be. Is that the Inquisitor? What is the magazine with the alien babies? Now I want to know.
In the pro-Trump...
Men in Black is where they got all the info they needed. Yes, exactly. According to sources,
I wonder what it is about single women not really being into... you know, this brand of republicanism.
Guys who hold up Rape Melania signs?
Yeah, it's just weird.
And if you're wondering why they said something as absurd as January 6th was actually Antifa, well, wouldn't Antifa be happy that Biden won? No, they're like, no, it was a false flag operation. You know why? Because they
Weekly
do false
World
flag
News.
operations.
Exactly.
That's it.
Exactly.
All right, that's it. I feel like we have to look that up. Ooh. That was my favorite. That was my favorite too. I remember as a kid wanting to buy those magazines and my mom just like, no. I mean, there it is. Oh, yes. Alien species living next door. Dinosaurs found on Mars. Oh my God. Dinosaurs found on Mars. This is real. This is from Weekly World News, so you know you can trust it. There's life on Mars, and it's enormous. NASA Phoenix Mars lander has transmitted a photograph of what appears to be a supersized dinosaur standing menacingly on the surface of the red planet. And shocked scientists to say the discovery has turned everything we thought we knew into extraterrestrial life. The space agency also delayed releasing the stunning news to the public pending a full analysis of the available data. But Dr. Simon Wyckoff, an astrologist serving as a consultant to the Phoenix Project, look up the Phoenix Project, what's that? Has agreed to reveal what is known about the humongous humongous reptile and the implications of the staggering find. Oh my God, look at that photo. It's freaking crazy. In an exclusive interview with Weekly World News reporter Bob James, which sounds like a real name, Wyckoff says the creature resembles the Earth dinosaur Tyrannosaurus Rex, but is at least 3 times larger than the ferocious predator. This is a reporting. This picture is proof. It is proof to me. This is the back and forth conversation. Why is the dinosaur so much bigger than any dinosaur fossils found on Earth? Great question. The relative lack of gravity. The relative lack of gravity on the moon. We're going to start reading this from now on. On the moon allowed the breast to grow so large. It must be where Nancy Pelosi is from. Earth's stronger gravity would cause any creature that big to collapse under its own weight. Wynn says, is the dinosaur the only one of its kind? Great question. That's highly unlikely. We assume they've been breeding there for a millennia. Why didn't we discover it sooner? Wynn asked. Wyckoff says, we believe the dinosaurs live mostly on the dark side of the moon. Territory about which we know very little. They must have excellent night vision and thrive in cold temperatures. When asked, what do dinosaurs eat? Great question. What do Tyrannosaurus Rex eat? I think they eat Matt Damon. Wasn't he on Mars? Wyckoff said each other. Members of their own kind would be their only source of nutrition. They are cannibals. Ew, thick. When asked, is there any way to estimate their population? Great question. Wyckoff says, not until we explore the dark side of the moon. Even then, it will be difficult to get an exact count because of the lack of light and the uneven terrain of the Martian surface. Wynn says, how did dinosaurs get there? Which is a great question. Wyckoff says, at this point, your guess is as good as mine. One theory is that microscopic living organisms were transported through the solar system by the Jews. Oh, I didn't read that right. But transported in the solar system by comets. On that account, life on Earth began when one of these comets deposited organic material on our planet after crashing into it. The same phenomenon could have occurred on Mars. When asked, dinosaurs become extinct on Earth 70 million years ago. Why did they survive on Mars? Which is on the tip of our tongue, in the back of our lungs, and in the back of our head, as we question this entire article in its authenticity. How did this happen? Wyckoff responds, the dinosaurs were wiped off the face of the earth by a massive asteroid impact. Apparently, Mars escaped a similar calamity. Okay, but Brent Wynn says President Bush has vowed to establish a human colony on Mars. I wonder what year he thinks this is. What does this discovery have to do with that plan? We all know that George Bush is from Mars. Wyckoff says it puts the kibosh on it. I told you it was Jewish. It puts the kibosh on it. I should think a human expedition to Mars would involve a maximum of 6 or 7 astronauts. They wouldn't make it more than a tasty hors d'oeuvre for creatures this size. It would be a folly to spend upwards of $50 billion to send humans to Mars just to have them... Wait, humans to Mars? Human to Mars. Human to Mars. Just to have them eaten by a dinosaur. The American taxpayer would never stand for it. Great. So we'll never know if dinosaurs were on Mars. I hope you like the story time with Derek O'Shea. I miss taking the Onion seriously. Me too. We have the Babylon Bee now. Yeah, it's true. I mean, this is incredible. Cannibal dinosaurs on Mars. I'd watch that movie. Me too. No wonder Yiddish sounds like it's from Neptune. Kibosh is such a great word. It is. No, don't send a human to Mars because they'll become hors d'oeuvres. God, that was incredible. I feel like I'm gonna read these from now on. I mean, I knew dinosaurs were on Mars, but I didn't know for sure. Okay. I'm gonna let you guys choose the next thing I do. Because we're all about community. I'm getting bored of Young Turks. They're just like, I can only stand their ridiculousness for about 5 or 10 minutes, and then I'm just like, I can't do it. So you guys decided that you would deflate another woman's tire to date them. You guys are freaking animals, dude. What should I do next? I'm enjoying this this time. I hope you guys are enjoying this Friday. No, don't send humans to Mars. I love the Elon interview where they asked him if going to Mars was an elite escape route. Oh yeah, like yeah, it's so easy to live on Mars. Yeah, I know. That's what they do though, right? That's totally what they do. Let's check on Carrie Lake too, as you guys answer those questions. I think what else do I have? Yeah, I'm tired of watching Young Turks. I can only take them for like so long before I get bored. Let's check on Carrie Lake. I hope you guys are doing good on this Friday. Is anybody drinking anything? Smoking anything? I know how you guys are. 50-50. I need more people to vote. It's 50-50. Depends on the woman. Mila Kunis, yes. Simon Hodek, double yes. Brie Larson. Wait, what? Water? I'm so confused. R.I.P. Gallagher, though. Still the same for Katie Hobbs and Carrie Lake. Nothing reporting. Literally nothing. No surprise there. Water, coffee. Hey, Chrysar, what's up? Hope you're doing well. Don't send human to Mars. Let's check on. Dang. I mean, look at this Boebert. I mean, that is so close. That is nuts. I'm on the wagon. Hey, just pick one. Go with your heart. I mean, we'll eventually do one. I'm drinking. What are you guys feeling? I just need somebody to pick. If you pick it, I will interview with Tate. All right, I'm gonna close this. End poll. I'm drinking Cosmopolitan with my pinky out so I can fit here in Colorado. Aren't you in Lauren Boebert's county? I knew you were high class. Cause I'm high class. Up in the moon. All right, here we go. All right. The interview we've all been waiting for. Piers Morgan and Andrew Tate discussing free speech. Round 2. Fight.
His videos have been viewed billions of times online, but he's been banned from pretty much every mainstream social media platform, including Twitter. Andrew Tate, welcome back to Piers Morgan Uncensored. Your take on this, I think, is quite interesting because you've been a victim of being, if victim's the right word, but you've been removed from social media platforms for your opinions. Elon Musk has dedicated himself, he says, to restoring free speech. Do you think that's going to include you, for example?
I don't think it matters if it includes me or not. I think what's important is that free speech is the #1 weapon against absolute tyranny. And although you cannot have complete free speech because then conversations completely break down into asinine insult fests, I do like the idea of the changing of the guard when it comes to control over information.
Is it possible, Andrew Tate, to actually police something like Twitter, to be a platform for genuine free speech? Or is it so toxic and tribal now that whatever happens, you know, before we had all the people on the right screaming away that they were being no platformed and so on. Now you've got all the people on the left screaming that they're being diminished in some way. It's very tribal, very toxic. Can Musk cut through that? And if so, how?
Yeah, it's going to be extremely difficult. There's always going to be one group of people who are extremely unhappy, but I think that anybody who's...
There's one side of the aisle that wants a free-for-all, and then there's one side of the aisle that wants to police speech. And Elon Musk wants freedom of speech. So therefore the left will always be mad. You're not going to appease them. They're just going to have to grow up and stop being children and come around. That's the hope. That's what everyone is hoping. We're hoping this is just a freaking fad that slowly dies like the Furbies and Pogs. They slowly dwindles in the wind, and we laugh. We look back at our life and remember a time where we went around and policed speech as if we were China and not America, who encourages freedom of speech because it's important to have a difference of opinion. And even if it's offensive, you can just walk away.
Perspicacious enough to understand the truth of what's been going on in the world recently will know that the left and their narratives have certainly been protected for a very long time.
Have you seen Windy City Heat? No. Okay, maybe I will play that.
And the universe has swings and balances, and God often restores balance to the universe, and perhaps it might swing the other way for a while. I truthfully am a person who believes that all points of view are extremely important, because as soon as you block points of view, you have absolute tyranny.
And in a way, it's sort of self-defeating, isn't it? Because you carried on getting huge attention. It was interesting to me that when you came on the show, for example, we've had, I think, nearly 6 million people have viewed the whole interview that we did.
I just sent him a picture of me. He's like, wow, that's freaking gorgeous.
Which is a huge number of people, certainly far higher than watched it on conventional television. So you have a whole world out there online which operates away from social media platforms.
Yeah, I've been very, very successful in spite of them, but not many people can do that. I'm in a pretty unique position. But I think that everybody needs a voice to a degree, and social media platforms are now the most important platforms on the planet. They control information, and they influence real-world decisions, and they influence people's perception of reality. The last few years of COVID have been a perfect example of what happens when you censor one side of the argument and you only allow one point of view to be purported by the matrix in and of itself, and that's how you end up in tyrannical situations. I think you were just discussing that, Piers.
Yeah, and I think that's a perfectly valid point. You know, people have quite rightly, held me to task over some of the positions I took during the COVID pandemic, notably when the scientists said as a definitive fact that you couldn't transmit the virus if you had the vaccine. It turned out that wasn't true. And I based my observations on that supposed fact and said, right, well, in that case, if you refuse to be vaccinated, you shouldn't get the same rights as people who've been vaccinated. If it's true that if you're unjabbed, you can pass it on. It turned out, actually, there's not much difference whether you've been vaccinated or not. And at that point...
Why is your forehead spray tan, but not the rest of you, Tate? That's a good question. I don't know. It is a little darker on the top. You know, that's where the sun sees it the most.
I changed my mind. But I felt that there were a lot of people who
I thought this would be spicier, by the way.
From Twitter at the time for questioning the validity of scientific statements, and they would then be a complete U-turn. So I do think it was a very interesting period, actually, for testing what free speech means.
It was actually worse than that. You're right, Piers, but it was actually worse than interesting, because what happens is when you censor an entire side of the argument and only allowed one side of the argument to have a voice, you are changing reality in real time. You are shaping the world. The only reason that scam continued as long as it did, and the only reason people didn't get...
That's why when you hear words like election denier, climate denier, science denier, these things, it's just they're just shutting down the speech. They're not actually looking out for your best. And that's the problem with censoring. But yeah, continue. They're shutting it down.
Get to see their own parents get buried, and the only reason people sat and missed cancer appointments because they were scared of the common cold was because they were censoring anybody who said anything contrary to the purported version of events that the mainstream media decided they want the entire world to swallow. It's beyond simply interesting, and it's beyond simply funny or coincidental.
Yeah, I mean, I will challenge you on one thing. It's not the common cold, right? COVID-19 has killed 6.6 million people. It is one of the most deadly viruses, certainly of our lifetime. So it wasn't the common cold, but I...
Right. Okay. No one seriously is saying that. I don't take those people seriously, but it's not... You can even see he's about to start smiling. Okay.
I do think it is completely justified for people to say we should be more...
I had COVID, and it's definitely not like the common cold. That's a stupid statement. It didn't kill me, but it sucked.
Cautious, I think.
What's Tate's shirt color? I don't know.
About accepting, during fast-moving pandemics,
beige,
the word of scientists
brown,
as being sacrosanct, because on a number of things, from the use of masks to the efficacy of vaccines in preventing...
No one ever talks to Gavin McInnes after being canceled. This guy sucks compared to the guy. No one talks to... I'm surprised Tim Pool had Milo Yiannopoulos on his show after being canceled. Milo was the OG of cancelization, whether you hate him or love him. But he was like... I mean, he was like the original Tate. I mean, people like... loved or hated him and researched him and watched him. I remember watching him on Rogan. I remember like he was everywhere, and then he just they erased him, and it's insane. They got rid of his entire career, and people just laughed about it. And then also people were just like, you know what? It's just this whole like cancellation thing was like just a bunch of dumb college students. Well, those dumb college students grow up and they continue being themselves. Why? Because you told them this is good. And then you gave them power. And then they felt power for the first time and feeling like, okay, we can go around and ruin people's lives with dissenting opinion that is other than us. And that's more important about shutting down people's lives, because we don't care as long as we win the argument and our tribe is the best tribe in the house.
Transmission, they did massive U-turns.
I've read enough history books to know that the people who do the censoring are never the good guys, and they've been censored.
Gavin got him canceled around the same. Yeah, and same with Anthony Cumia. Yeah, and Ann Coulter at the same time. Remember that.
Censoring a lot of.
Power is a hell of a drug. Dude, it is. Once you start to taste power, that's why Biden just announced today that he is not taking away emergency orders yet, because we're still in under COVID emergency. Once you taste the power, once you feel the power, and you feel the people's eyes, that's why cult leaders love it, you know? Get you the women.
Arguments for a very long time in the name of
cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Weaponizing virtue, and it's always in the name of tyranny. Anybody who is out here trying to silence an entire side of an argument on any subject, whether it's COVID-19.
They are weaponizing virtue. That's exactly what's happening. They're creating little disciples of people to run around and cancel other people. That's their gospel of the truth. They'll go to different YouTube platforms or different creators, and they'll search through their mentions, and they'll find out things like ooh, who cheated on who, or you sent this picture to this person, or they'll find out, oh, you said this at this one time in your live segment, and we're going to therefore create an entire narrative of this person. That is they're spreading the good news of like, I found a new creator to cancel because look what they said. And it's just like this fear porn that fills your soul full of hate and anger, and you get off on it. You're just like, yeah, let's get another person. Who's next? Shut up, Papa.
Immigration, anything else. They are the evil people who are out for absolute mind control of the populace. And they should be feared.
I certainly agree that I think the healthiest thing for any democracy is for all views to be aired and debated. We seem to have lost the ability to debate. You know, when I interviewed you...
No, you don't, Piers. You are a proponent for saying that hate speech is a thing, so shut up. My God, I hate when these people try to pretend they're for freedom of speech, and then you ask them about hate speech, and they're like, well, yeah, you know, there's some words you shouldn't be using because you're specifically trying to hurt someone's feelings. Okay, then you're not for hate speech. Well...
Yeah, we had a few fractious moments, but actually, I thought it was a pretty spirited debate between people who perhaps... had, you know, preconceived views of each other. And I've got no problem interviewing you now about these because I think you have an interesting take on this stuff.
And that's the key to life. When you reach that level of adolescence in your mindset where you can't handle any point of view that is contrary to your own, then you're truly a broken person. And that's what the internet is purporting. It's very interesting you said about Twitter being tribal. There's a large contingent of people on Twitter who simply cannot handle reading an opinion which differs from their own, and that is a degree of immaturity that we do not need adults to be functioning with in the modern world.
No, I agree. If you were Elon Musk, this idea of charging $8 now a month, whatever it is, to access the blue tick premium Twitter account, would you do that? Would you pay the extra?
I think that social media companies for a very long time have lived in an absolute fantasy where they've printed money from thin air by charging people for pixels, and they grew into these large conglomerates with too many staff sitting around doing nothing, having coffee breaks. And Elon Musk is a businessman. He's walked into the office and he's firing a bunch of people who are messing around doing nothing, and he wants his business to make money, as it absolutely should. And how he decides that happens is his prerogative. I don't see why we should sit and accept that a website needs 200,000 people sitting around discussing in long meetings, sitting on beanbags about policy of human rights of some garbage, when he's come along and said, no, I'm a businessman. We're going to charge for our service. We're going to reduce the number of staff. And we're going to be a functional, coherent company, as they should be. And it's his prerogative to do it as he's bought the company. I think he can do whatever he wants.
Yeah, I mean, I don't disagree, because I remember the appalling censorship of the New York Post exclusive about Hunter Biden, the son of the president, about his laptop. This is 3 weeks before the election that Joe Biden won. He was heading, you know, to a possible victory, but it was tight. And that story, they reckon, could have tipped it either way. But it was completely suppressed and censored, starting with Twitter, then Facebook, then others. Twitter literally locked out the New York Post account for 2 weeks for breaking a completely true story. And I thought that was shameful.
It's worse than shameful. It's worse than shameful. When you control information, you control the real world. They affect the real world in absolute in real time. They are genuinely affecting the reality people live in. They are not just a company. They're not just a social media platform. It affects absolutely every single person on the planet when it changes who is elected. I don't want to comment specifically on Hunter Biden or the laptop. I would never kill myself. But I don't think it's fair that they would hide certain key information that close to an election. And the fact that they've done that was done specifically to affect the world that we all live in.
Of course.
We all have to suffer the consequences of those things. So to sit and say that these companies can just do whatever they want and they're private, etc. No, free speech is beyond important for democracy. It's important for the reality that we exist under.
Andrew Tate, thank you for joining me. I appreciate it.
100%. Or you need freedom of speech in order to progress as a society. The minute we start policing is the minute we start dying, and we become a more third world country, because then we'll start pushing policies that make absolutely no sense and pushing for science that makes absolutely no sense, and we'll slowly cripple ourselves because power is more important than progressing. You start to eat yourself in the end. That's what happens. And that's sad. All right, I'm going to check. What video do you want me to look up? Tate was the first of Skynet T-Series. Upgrades coming. That's hilarious. 6.6 million people worldwide spent 2 years. Gavin got him. You just told me that deflating women's tires was the way to meet a woman. I know, I'm sorry. I said it's the only way. That's what true love is, Papa. True love is doing the impossible for the possible. You can write that down. Under certain contexts, meatloaf is considered hate speech. Depends who's making it. Paradise by Dashboard Light. What is that? Pet dying spine. Oh, I can't play it. I can play it for like 2 seconds. It's a song. I can't play it. $8 a month, about a whole month's worth of coffee for me. Really? Not me, man. I mean, I roast my own coffee, and I go through coffee. I mean, I drink coffee before I did the stream today of a roast that I did earlier. An Ethiopian roast, because I'm an Ethiopian. Man's a beast. I don't pay for coffee. My work pays for it. Hey, that's the ticket. That's when you know you're living right. As long as your work coffee's good. If your work coffee sucks, then I can't drink crappy coffee. I'm not one of those people. It's just not a gift of mine. Don't play that song. One was talking about. Don't play that song. Someone was talking about me, love. Oh, okay. I thought that's what you wanted me to play. True love is when your wife smuggles cigars in from Cuba when you don't even smoke. Is that your fourth wife who did that for you? I've never had a Cuban cigar. Are Cuban cigars really that good? Please tell me that they are. Please tell me it's not like just a phenomenon where we just repeat something is good over and over again and it's really not that good. And you're like, I can't really tell the difference between a Nicaraguan cigar and a Cuban. I've never had a Cuban. Kona's where it's at. Kona's okay. I like Ethiopian. I don't care. I'll fight you. I'll fight you to the death. But again, I'm a coffee snob. Just got a coffee mug with your face on it. It's oh, you did? Hey, yeah, please take a picture of it and send it to me. I thought about upgrading that. Tell me if you like it or not. I thought about trying to make it a little nicer, and if I do, I'll send you a new one. But that's awesome. Cool. Nope, third. I don't pay for coffee, taxpayers do, and I thank you all for paying for my paychecks. You're welcome, man. I'm happy to support my veterans with coffee. You know what I mean? I don't have to smoke one yet. I have to smoke one yet. Okay. Maybe we'll smoke one together. We should all do a meetup and smoke cigars together. Doesn't that sound fun? What if you guys like met me in person and you hated me in real life? like I just was like a total asshole. I mean, I'm not, but that'd be really funny. Happy Friday. Hey, Queen Bird, what's up? Happy Friday. All is well. I'm off work, and I work tomorrow, but I think I work tomorrow. Let me see. I'm gonna double check. This is the world I live in. I'm so bad. I'm terrible with schedules. Is anybody like really good at schedules? Because I freaking suck at schedules. It's just not a gift. Client AB. I don't know what that is. I do have work tomorrow. Damn. Damn it. Whatever. Whatever. I like community coffee. Is that like a real coffee? Or is that like, I like community. I'm gonna check on Carrie Lake again. Community coffee. Who said we like you now? Hey, screw you, dude. Yeah, you're right. You love to hate me? All right. Willie, coming up with community coffee. I love that. I love that. This is my favorite coffee company. This is my favorite coffee company right here. Intelligentsia. Has anybody had Intelligentsia coffee? I mean, it's a Chicago coffee company, but man, I miss going there. Their coffee is just always on point. Always so good. Best coffee in the world, hands down. How are you doing, Queen? How are we feeling? Thanks for bringing some feminine energy. We had some earlier, and then I don't know what happened. I might have said something, or we found out that, Shania Twain claims her dinner with Oprah went sour over this sensitive topic. Or maybe I drove the women away when I started talking about dinosaurs being found on Mars. All right, I feel like there's another one on here that could be good. Toilet turns into space-time capsule when flushed. Jesus sandals found in Utah. How to tell if you're in a cult. Black Rifle Company, coffee company is what I go with for obvious reasons. Their coffee's okay. I don't mind their light roast. I don't know. I just feel like people like their coffee because veterans like their coffees because they want to support other veterans. But I don't know. I had one of their coffees once and I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was like fantastic. But I don't put crap in my coffee. I drink it black because that's how I like my women. Looks like expensive coffee. I was talking about Windy City Heat earlier. Dude, Windy City Heat is no joke. If that's what unless you're talking about. It is kind of expensive coffee, but I like it. I like expensive coffee. Sorry. Hate me already. I'm just one man, dadgummit. I don't go like cheap on my coffee or beer. And that's a problem. That's probably why I don't drink that much beer all the time. Do you got? Oh yeah, we're supposed to check on Carrie Lake, because they're supposed to be updating soon. I don't. It's still the same for Carrie Lake. Still like a 20,000 difference. Black Rifle Company, Grunt Style 9 line apparel. I do support the veteran businesses. Damn tribalism. I get it, man. I get it. I would too if I was a veteran. So I mean, I totally get it. I think there are some better coffee companies by veterans, so. I don't know. I like kind of like a small batch kind of coffee. I like to have like more fruit forward kind of coffee. Oh yeah, is this supposed to be good? West Rock Coffee. Have you ever had this veteran owned coffee company? West Rock Coffee. You don't go cheap on water either. No. I know. You see me drinking my Zima. Derek, check out Wilson's idea of a free coffee mug. I'll make you it'll make you $10, and you don't have to. What did you say? What did Wilson say about coffee? What did I miss? What did I miss? You need a coffee mug with Zima note on it? I do. That's $1 million idea. It's like you think people will buy it though? Do you think people will like know the inside joke? I'm writing that down. Mug. I like that idea where it just says Zima on the outside. Papa, I'm telling you, a coffee mug with a Zima post-it note, it would be the best coffee mug to have. Okay, done. I'll make it. I'll definitely make it. Derek, you have to make that happen. I'll buy 2. Dang. All right. I'll do it. Done. Done and done. Done and dusted, mate. Does anybody want to know if they're in a cult? Maybe find out if we're in a cult right now. Maybe just a little post-it note, and this has like handwriting that says Zima. I'll buy it. Your followers would buy it too. Okay, done. I'll do it. And then I want to like see pictures of you guys drinking at it because that'd be hilarious. Big talk from a Zima mainliner. They'll replace Pork Chop Express mug as my best mug of all time. Okay. Look up Rehab Guy on YouTube. What's Rehab Guy? Is that rapper? What is this? Is this with like curse words? Because every time I do a video you guys tell me to do, it always like has like really aggressive words in it.
When I was down so low, a mosquito wouldn't even bite me. I lost my job, my 4-wheel drive. I even got thrown out of my trailer. All because of one thing. Freebasing cocaine. That's all my life was basing. Nothing else. I was on that last lap with that checkered flag about to wave me on into hell. But I got lucky. I got in a rehab program down there at Redstone Arsenal, down there in Alabama. And with them people helping me, well, that smoky white devil is no longer a part of my life. And I can proudly say that today, I do not freebase cocaine. Now, I'll take a drink now. I will take a drink, but I do.
How does like a channel like this only have like this less than my subscriber account? Maybe they just started.
Not freebase cocaine.
I tried to join a cult, but they told me they weren't that desperate for members.
You know, I'll take a drink.
We'll start a cult here.
I even smoke a little reefer. You know, I like to smoke reefer. You know, it relaxes me and everything. A couple of doobies, you know, just to get you through the day and everything. But as far as basing goes, I don't do it. Now, I do some toot now. Don't get me. I will do some toot, you know. You know, if you party and everything, somebody.
This man is my spirit animal.
It's in
Me too.
polite not to take it there. So me and my girlfriend Sally, we party, man. I tell you, we do party. So you know, I will do some toot. We do, you know, on a good weekend there. We call a bunch of friends over.
What is it about like low budget looking videos that just pull you in today's world?
We do about an 8-ball of toot there, but we don't base. I do not freebase cocaine. We'll make that clear. I don't do it. Well, I tell you what, that drinking now, I would not drink that tequila. Now, I tell you what, the last time I drank it.
If you start a cult, can I be the sergeant of arms? Yeah, you can.
I got wild and everything. My girlfriend Sally, I beat up on Sally, and you know, when I done that, it hurt me a lot more than it does her when I'm beating the hell out of her. So I don't drink that tequila now. And I don't do any basing. I do not freebase. That's 2 things I don't do. It's no longer a part of my life. But I tell you what, I will tequila. I admit I do drink it about twice a year. You know, I drink some tequila, and of course, when I do drink it, Sally, you better look out, because you know I'm gonna go upside that head now. Oh, but basing I don't do. I heard somewhere coffee's bad for you.
Low budget videos are enduring.
I do that speed,
endearing, and they have a lot of heart.
You gotta get ready the next day and going all day long, partying and everything. But as far as basing goes, I don't do that. I will not freebase cocaine. I don't touch it. Unless it's my birthday, something, man, a special occasion, I get out that pie.
It's like, I already know what he's going to say before he says it, but it's still funny.
I'll base. I won't freebase cocaine if I'm behind the wheel of a car. I won't do it. If I'm driving the car, I won't do it unless you stopped in traffic. You know you're going to be there a while. And ain't nothing on radio. I'll pull out that pipe and I'll base. But I will not freebase cocaine.
So are low budget shows. Yeah, okay. Well, you son of a gun. Are you? I see what you did there. Okay, yeah, because it feels more real, or something like that. I drank tequila once. Woke up at MEPS military processing. That's depressing. That's real. Did they know you were drunk at MEPS?
If I'm in church, I will not freebase.
That's why Siffy and Ollie are one of the best shows. Yeah.
In church, unless it's during the hymn and I don't like something, I might get out that pipe and I bass in, and I will admit it. And I won't do it during the sermon though. I will not freebase cocaine in church during the sermon unless I've heard it before. Unless, I've heard that song. I don't want to hear the same thing again. You just want to sit there and do nothing. So I'll get out that pipe and I'll bass. But I won't do it. I will not do it at the altar. I will not. I can tell you right now, I've been through that rehab, and freebasing no longer part of my life.
This message brought to you by...
It's kind of corny, but funny. Siffle and Ollie. Well, I mean, how old is this show? 15 years ago?
What's your problem, man? Isn't this over yet? No, it's not over yet. They still got the rest of the show to go. Whatever. That's so cliche crap, saying whatever. I can't believe you. Yeah, right. It's just stupid. You can sit here and say whatever at me all show, and you may think you look cool, but it looks really dumb. Yeah, whatever, dude. I don't know. Whatever,
Do you ever I'm starting to wonder if this is like one of those things that you watched like 30 years ago, and it was like you're dying, but now that you're older, you're watching, you're like, how did I laugh at this?
I got the tude now, Whatever, I don't care, It's like just whatever. I'm letting it happen. I'm freewheeling. Dude, if your attitude doesn't change, I'm just not gonna
MTV paid for this. I know.
Whatever. I went down to the beach and saw Kiki. She was all like,
oh, yeah.
And I'm like, whatever.
Whatever. Oh my God. I remember this song. Oh my God.
Then this chick comes up to me and she's all like, hey, aren't you that dude? I'm like, yeah, whatever.
So stupid. It's incredible. I wish I could watch the whole thing, but you know how it is. Okay, this is how you know you're in a cult, all right? This is how you know you're in a cult, because I'm starting a cult today. How to tell if you're in a cult. Many people around the world gather around community groups, religious services, or secret organizations during the pandemic. Ergo, I started my podcast during the pandemic, so you put 2 and 2 together. So do it on Sunday mornings. Others do it on different days of the week, like me. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday shows. When you're surrounded by people in your chosen group, which you in the chat are my chosen group, you may find yourself asking, am I in a cult? Well, there's going to be a deep dive to answer the question. Here are some telltale signs. Have you given me money? Everybody wants some money. Most legitimate organizations, often churches, want up to 10% of everything you make, and I want 20. Sometimes you make less if you're lucky. A cult wants 90 to 100% of your money, and I'll take all 100. And worldly professions, in other words, a cult with a blood-sucking vampire that drains all of your own. I'm a sergeant at arms. I don't even know what that means. I don't think anyone does. Time. You have to be active in this group. You must show up to my chat on time and leave when I'm done. Dedicating large chunks of time. But a cult monopolizes all of your time. In your off hours, make sure to watch all my videos over and over again. And important, it's that you go to work and you give all your money to them. This is a clear sign you're in a cult. A charismatic leader. Who's more charismatic than me? Hi, welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. I hope you guys are doing good. Let's face it, you don't want to follow a leader who's just some drab, boring, and old white guy. These guys are typically someone who would who couldn't find a date. What? These guys are typically who couldn't find a date to prom for a friend to toss a ball to, but they are not a cult leader. Cult leaders always have a dynamic personality. They play music, sing, and are athletic. I do all these things. Have long hair. I don't have that, so I guess I'm not one. Thank God. Yes. And a brilliant smile. People are drawn to a cult leader like vegans are drawn to cauliflower rice. Sure, cult leaders may be a bit aggressive and demanding at times, but they are oh so captivating. Hey, welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. I hope you're doing good. If you feel like you've been around this person 24 hours a day, you may be in a cult. Aliens. As much as we love aliens, if you're in a new group and they're telling you that they are from the planet Guton, you are probably in a cult. Maybe you want to stay on Earth just a wee bit longer. If they let you leave, it's a sign of a gazillion-year contract with Pluto's moon. You may be in a extraterrestrial cult. Dress, and this is why it's important. You must dress appropriately to attend my show. Most people wear their Sunday best when going to church. Cult leaders take it much further. Strange robes, matching tracksuits, or even strange underwear having magical properties can all be part of a cult required attire. Strange underwear. You guys better be wearing your strange underwear today. Make sure you wear your Derek O'Shea underwear. The stranger, the better. There's no hard and fast rules to this. We all have fashion sense, but if they make you wear magic Spanx, you may be in a cult. You might be in a cult. If you have to wear magic Spanx, you might be in a cult. Handlers. A personal shopper or a valet can be a fun, luxurious experience when out and about, but if you just got involved in a new group and you got someone assigned to you to watch your every move, well, that's not fun. Just ask Tom Cruise. They're watching you, and you are now an official member of the cult. Say goodbye to your freewheeling Target days, shopping Target willy-nilly. Mormons have special underwear. Oh my God, they do have special underwear. I go commando every day. Well, you need to be putting on your Derek O'Shea underwear, Wilson. I will dress the same way I dress for people's weddings, scantily clad and heavily armed. That's why you're the sergeant at arms in my cult. Hitler was a vegetarian, enough said, and did a lot of meth. I guess you're a pretty charismatic ginger. Thank you. Welcome to the new Johnstown, you filthy sinners. No bubble wrap. No, not yet. Oh, now we're getting to the fun part. Sex orgies. No self-respecting cult would be complete without sex orgies. If one day you go to your group meeting and the charismatic leader tells you that you must partake in a group orgy, or if that's racist, him, tells you that he is going to have sex with your wife and 3 other members of the group, well, that probably means you're in a cult. If the charismatic leader as you to have sex, God, these writers, as you to have sex with him or her, or whenever he or she wants, another group sign, you're in a cult. And this is where it gets even more fun. Apocalyptic obsessions. Many cults have unhealthy obsessions with the end of the world. If they go on about this, find the nearest door and use it to go put your special underwear on. If they have stockpiles of weapons, ergo pop in my chat, rations, ergo pop in my chat, etc., it may be a doomsday cult. Leave right away, but stay on good terms, because I will find you. With other members, just in case they're right. Because you never know, that apocalypse could be real. Miscellaneous. Oh, this is where it gets silly. Do they require you to shave your head? I don't require that to be a part of my community. You do not have to shave your head. Put on Nikes and drink poison juice? Not poison juice. Kool-Aid, silly. Try to recruit other members. Be sure to tell your friends and family about the Derek O'Shea Show. Let everyone know about my show. Like, share, subscribe. Do they purposely try to get celebrities to join their group and gain credibility? Tell your friends and family. And if you know any celebrities, invite them on the show so I can interview them. Is the organization's founder a criminal? I do have some tickets, and I have been to court. Mentally unstable, that's 100% sure. A former science fiction writer, I do dabble. An out-of-work salesman, you got me there. Be on the lookout. If you answered yes to any of these crucial questions, then you're probably in a cult. If you can leave or call friends or family, which you're not welcome to have, you can't be in the reach of a cell phone when you hang out with me at the Derek O'Shea Show, or just run. If you're unable to do any of these things, you may be stuck. Hopefully you can move up in the ranks and maybe someday you'll be the cult leader. If you give me all your money and give me enough time, you too can be a part of my cult. There's a lot of benefits: money, admire, sex, and maybe even life after death. Hey, it's me, typical white guy. Did it. Derek is just describing the traits of most gingers. Okay, that's offensive. Join the O'Shea Shites. Bring your cat. As a senior member of our cult, I get first dibs. Yes. Yes. You are all senior members. So this is how cult starts. I always was curious. Let's make some punch. Exactly. It's not a poison. It's punch. Stare into the eyes of the children, for they will set you free. We need a mantra or something to chant. Oh yeah, we do. How does the mantra go? Maybe Papa can make us a video of a mantra. Make us a video, Papa, of a mantra. Oh, welcome to the Derek O'Shea Show. Amen. 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 God. Oh, I'm obsessed with this freaking website. Don't tell me my business. I won't. I'll keep it to myself. Why have we never been reading this website? Weekly World News. I'm genuinely obsessed with this person. Oh, and we found Willie. Willie's on the website. I found you, Willie. It's like a younger, longer hair version. You guys are incredible. Thanks for being part of my cult. It means a lot to me. Does anybody... I don't have anything else to talk about or do. Have you guys had a good weekend? Weekly World News is now part of the Derek O'Shea Promise. Yeah, it is. 100%. I know it's like a joke, but I think it's so freaking entertaining and so creative that you can't beat it. I mean, when we read this article, Dinosaurs Found on Mars, I mean, it was written October 4th, 2022. So this website is producing a massive amount of content. Zombie Research Society. I wonder if they have a podcast. I'll invite them on the show. It's you, Willie. I'm telling you. Is anybody doing anything fun this weekend? Or what should I do this weekend that looks fun? As we wrap up this show, I am going to do a live show on Sunday and to go through some of the stuff. Hopefully we'll actually have some more information when it comes to Carrie Lake and Hobbs. That number hasn't budged whatsoever. And I don't know if Lauren Boebert's going to end up in a runoff or not. Also, what's going on Nevada as well. We need to collectively write a script for cannibal dinosaurs on Mars. That sounds amazing. You're working? Yeah, I'm working too, but what about on your off time? Okay. Oh, okay. I didn't know Lexalt is in the lead. Man, that's close. I'm going to buy a snazzy casual suit jacket. Hey, who doesn't love going shopping for suits? Are you going to the Men's Warehouse? That's where I bought my first suit, was at the Men's Warehouse. You're working out? Awesome, man. How's working out going? Does anybody have any does anybody do anything fun for Thanksgiving this year? No one wants Wilson, I just saw what you wrote that YouTube got rid of. No one wants to sex you, Derek. Colt ruined. Good. No, you don't want this. I don't think you're ready for this, Jelly. I don't think you're ready for this. Because my body's so bootylicious for you, babe. I'm hanging out with family. Might go shooting, watch some football. Sounds like a good freaking weekend. Are we doing college football or pro football? Yes. Find it, fix it. I'm going to get beer. And wait. I'm going to get beer and get shit-faced drunk. You better bring that energy Sunday for my live stream. So far, so good. I have more energy now, which sucks because I don't know what to do with it. Hey, start a podcast. That's what I do. Good. That's a good thing, man. You know, go for a walk. Play some video games. I don't know. Go shoot more. Get another job. We're in an economy where you're supposed to work all the time anyways, right? It's the only way. College football. My team is a laughingstock of the pros. I refuse to watch. Are you talking about Cowboys? Wait, who's the worst right now? Who is Green Bay Packers? Is that your football team? Because they suck. God, the Packers are terrible. College football? Are we talking about Buffs? Go Buffs. I'm going to get my Tony Stark on. Heck yeah, dude. I want to be that rich. Oh, the Raiders. The Raiders was my first NFL game when I was a kid. I went to a Raiders Phoenix Cardinals game. And I was at a Phoenix Cardinals game and I sat in the Raiders section and I bought a Raiders hat and I was like, oh yeah, the Raiders. Go Wyoming and college. Wyoming? Whoa. I thought what do you hate about Colorado? You don't like the Buffs? I'm all about Clemson anyways because I'm from South Carolina. C-L-E-O. And Clemson got their freaking butts handed to them. But don't forget this as well for your weekend.
I'm petty. Yeah, I'm petty.
I'm looking for a yellow bone, long hair star. Thick in the hips, come get.
You guys should make some TikTok videos and send them to me. My family is planning on watching the Lions lose Thanksgiving, and I'm planning on playing Sega. Dude, that sounds awesome. I am not going to see my family on Thanksgiving, unfortunately. I probably will be smoking some meat. Grew up there, Wyoming. I'm an Avalanche fan. Oh, okay, as far as it goes in Colorado. Nice. Are you guys visiting family? Have you already bought the tickets? I know that airplane tickets are kind of expensive right now. Isn't that true? I haven't really looked too much into it. I keep looking to see if because we're supposed to get a dump from the Carrie Lake things soon. Maybe it's later tonight. It's probably in the middle of the night when no one's watching. What the heck, dude? What are you waiting for? What are these people waiting for? Popular quotes. Going to see my friends in San Francisco after Thanksgiving. Oh, nice. You got friends in San Francisco? Do they live on a poop street? Going to Arizona to see my grandpa one last time this Thanksgiving. Ah, man. Oh, what do you mean by one last time? Is he kind of on his way out? Is that what you kind of mean by that? Or what do you mean by that? Because if so, sorry to hear that, brother. That sucks. I love somehow I still have both my grandpas, and that would break my heart to lose one of my grandpas. I've lost one grandmother, and that was hard because she was hilarious, brought a lot of joy in my life. growing up. He's struggling. Yeah, it won't be too long. Sorry to hear that, man. That's good that you're gonna make time though out of your day to go visit your grandpa. It's always like one of the hardest things too with like grief and loss, and is like what you could have done. I wish I would have said bye one last time. So I'm glad you're able to do that, because sometimes, you know, you're not afforded that, and that's important. I lived in the Bay Area for 5.5 years. It's Mars, dude, minus the dinosaurs. Well, now you can tell me about the dinosaurs being on Mars. I had a friend that lived in that Bay Area, and he hated it. He was in the Air Force, and he hated it out there. Without music, life would be a mistake. Oh, I just saw a quote of myself. I'm so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I'm saying. That's an incredible quote. I'm spending Thanksgiving without my dad this year. I'm sorry to hear that, brother. Holidays is a tough time for that reason of like my family's spread out around the United States so much so that like I rarely see them, and when I do, it's not during holiday time, and it just makes it hard, you know. And I think holidays make you miss some of the nostalgia and some of the like the things that you love to be around family, and even if it's annoying and stuff like that, you just kind of miss that. I hated every second living out there. The booze helped. Okay, understandable. Miss that tea, bro. Whoa, what's up? Man, I can't even barely read that. It's like so purple, bluish. Miss that tea. I'm gonna head out. Piers, love y'all. Thank you for the Veterans Day thank yous. Oh man, Wilson, I appreciate you for the veterans in our community. I appreciate you. Really appreciate the community. Love y'all. Hey, good night, man. Wilson, I appreciate you being here, man. Yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up too. We've been going live for like 2.5 hours. You guys have been amazing. You guys are the coolest community in the whole world, and I appreciate every single one of you. There's so many toxic communities, especially in this space. It's hard. So you guys are the best, and I appreciate every single one. No, you've been the coolest big bro. Thank you. I am your big bro, dude. Forever. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Narcotics Anonymous. But enjoy your Friday. Find a way to enjoy your weekend. Find a way. Hey, Derek O'Shea Show, good seeing you. Hey, good seeing you guys too. And thank you guys for like sending me super chats because that just started for me, and it like it means so much to me that you guys do that. Cause I do spend a lot of time on this. Yeah. This is a friendship quote. You might think it's silly, but I like it because it's C.S. Lewis. C.S. Lewis is like one of my favorite authors of all time. I studied him for a long time. I took many courses on him. Friendship is born at the moment when one man says to another, "What? You too? I thought no one but myself." And that's kind of why I started this community, is because a lot of us feel alone out there. A lot of us feel like we don't fit in a political bubble or political group, and we just want to get down to the truth, and we want to laugh our way there, because if you're not laughing, you're crying in this crazy time. And so I started this podcast because it's important to have community. It's important to have a brotherhood, a sisterhood, whatever, a community group of people that we can get around and just laugh at the world and laugh at things going on, because sometimes, yes, having serious conversations and serious debates are good and helps, but also sometimes you don't want to have a serious conversation. Sometimes you just want to laugh. Sometimes you just want to cut a rug and make a silly statement and say things you don't necessarily mean. And we need to get back to that as a culture anyways, because I feel like once we get back to being more silly with one another when it comes to politics and laughing about things and being quicker to laugh and quicker to listen and stuff like that when it comes to politics, we'll get along better, and we won't be so up in arms and like losing our minds at every little thing because we have to, because it's a serious topic. Not everything has to be so serious all the time, and the times that we do need to be serious, but like may we learn to laugh at the news and learn to laugh at politics, and then we build a community out of laughter and having a good time in the midst of the insane struggle that is our world politics. So I appreciate every single one of you guys for hanging out with me. It means so much to me because you guys are like-minded like me. You had a moment of probably when you started watching me on here, you went, what? You too? I thought no one but myself. Hey, thank you so much, Willie. I appreciate that super chat. That moment of, oh, it's good to find somebody kind of like myself. And I love that. I love that about this community. It means so much to me. You guys are the best. And I hope you have a fantastic Friday. Enjoy your weekend. I will be live streaming on Sunday, so come hang out with me. It's going to be a good time as we'll revel in the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Find time to hang out with friends and family and be yourself around people. Don't try to censor yourself. Super chat! 3 hearts of different sizes. Yeah, exactly. You guys are awesome. Enjoy your night. I appreciate every one of you. I'm gonna go walk my husky dog. She's not fat. She's a husky. Okay. You guys are the best. Love you guys. Have a good freaking night, and I'll see you guys on Sunday. Catch you on the flip side. Enjoy your night, people. Bye.